like, okay, whatever.
You know what that means? They're bitches.
What does it mean, Jenny?
They're bitches.
How old were you?
23.
God, that was like 50 years ago, huh?
Pretty long time ago.
Almost 10. I'm almost 33. I'll be 34 on Tuesday.
You know how cool
No
of dad
shit.
lore you got, though, for being like one of the
Happy
OG
birthdays.
starters of MMA?
Oh, dude, we used to. Yeah, there used to be some crazy fucking events back in the day. Man.
Yeah, I know.
You are a Taurus. It makes sense.
A tourist? Is that what you just called him?
You've been around the world, don't speak the language.
Because he drives a Taurus.
explain it.
Talk dirty to
Ladies and gentlemen, we are, of course, live. Video's been up for a couple seconds, but I needed to. Camera's being weird, but that's okay. Whatever. I'm done with podcast shit for the weekend. Tanner and Zach are choppy. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with Velocity Movies in Review. I am your host, Kyle Leonard. Each and every Sunday. Boo! Fuck this guy! This guy sucks! Each and every Sunday, we gather around this table and we talk about a movie franchise. We recap that movie franchise, and then we rank it against the other entries in said franchise right now. We are, of course, wrapping up our Jump Street in review with 22 Jump Street.
For now.
Is it
For
really
now.
a franchise, though? Don't you have to have 3 movies to be a franchise?
That just makes it a trilogy, dude.
Yeah.
Well, there's a
Did you
TV
not
show,
see
too.
the
Don't
end
forget,
credits?
you know.
Yeah, that's true. What?
You didn't see the end credits? There's more coming.
Let's see your name.
60 of them.
They go to Russia next. It's like, no.
Culinary. You two sons of bitches are going to culinary school. If you missed it, we did the MonsterVerse in review last and wrapped that up with Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. And next week we will be jumping into what, Johnny?
The men. He killed somebody with the pencil.
With a pencil.
A pencil!
That's right. John Wick in review starts next week. That should lead up perfectly to Ballerina, which comes out in July. By the time we finish John Wick 4, the next weekend should be the release of Ballerina, meaning we can all try and go together. That would be fun and cute. Get like some pancakes on Saturday morning, and then go fucking see Ballerina or something.
Can we get super dressed up for this so we look like John Wick? No, maybe.
We're in May. How would that line up with the release?
It's like 4 weeks away. Yep.
4.
It is what it is. I did it
He
perfectly.
did the math.
Oh,
I did the math
I'm
perfectly.
doing the math
I'll
right
double
now,
check
it's
it.
not-
I'll double check it, but it should be fine.
They push it back.
Because if we need another 2 weeks to fill, you know, we can always do
After
Ace
that, Friday.
Ace Ventura. Yeah.
Ventura. Oh, Friday would be good.
I would love to watch Friday.
This was
Yeah.
good.
They are coming out with another one.
Last Friday.
Joining me, of course, we have Tanner Else, we have Zach Lind, Nick Jurgensen, and Jonathan Batista back for this movie once again. If you like the podcast, remember twitch.tv/velocitypod is where you need to go to support. That's the best place to support.
No!
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that thing is
It's wonky like my life.
wonky.
Wonky like your leg? Nice.
My life.
I thought you said your
My
leg.
life.
Yeah, I guess a leg. Yeah.
Or
that-
Tanner's
that works.
nuts.
And Tanner's
Your
nuts.
life or
Yo.
Tanner's nuts.
Tanner's nuts are terrible.
They feel better today.
Do they?
No, they
A
don't.
little better, yeah.
Do we see?
Yeah, dump them out. Let's see them.
Jesus Christ. It's not Pride Month yet.
I did this morning, Tal. I should. We're gonna skip this story. I'll tell you guys that.
Yeah, fair enough. If you're more of an audio podcast listener, that's okay too. You can go to Spotify. You can go to Apple Podcasts, and you can type in Velocity Entertainment, where you can find over 200 episodes of the regular Velocity Entertainment podcast, and you can find multiple movie franchises of review that we have done. Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lord of the Rings. We've done a whole bunch. Chances are, if you have a big, massive franchise that you're a big fan of, we've probably already done it or have plans to do it very soon. But that's not what we're talking about today, gentlemen. Today we're talking about 22 fucking Jump Street. Why couldn't I forgot the name in my head for a second. Oh,
23.
You almost called it
I got fog
67 Jump
I
Street.
got
37
fog
Jump
brain after 12 hours of working on technology yesterday. It's like,
Yeah, it was a long day.
22 Jump Street was, of course, released on June 13th, 2014, 2 years after the first one.
Yay.
Once again, directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, who did the first one, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and, of course, the Lego movie.
Yeah.
This movie had a budget of $84 million, which, do you remember what last week's budget was?
70.
63.
74.
90.
I'll tell you what, you're overthinking it.
48 million.
50.
42 million.
Dang it.
This is exactly double the budget to the number of the
Wow.
last one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Double the budget. They make jokes about it in this movie. To say the least. And had a
Didn't
box
seem so
office
literal.
return. You want to guess?
400.
400?
327.
327.
1738. No, let's go.
I was about to say, that's a really high number.
Really? That's like the highest
Yeah.
movie of all time.
That's a million gross. That's a million grossed.
I'm going to go 275.
Fuck, that's actually what I was gonna go with too.
So go 276, Dick.
Yeah, dick.
Yeah, dick.
I'm gonna go 225.
Oh, what?
25. This movie had a budget of, or a box office return of 331
Damn
million.
it.
I said 327.
That would be Johnny.
Oh!
Congratulations, my man. It comes in at an hour and 52 minutes. Nice
With
coming in
that,
at
It is. It is very nice and compact.
With
nice and
ads.
compact. I like a movie under 2 hours.
It's like a Glock 9.
Unless it's a Marvel movie, those could be long. That's
Yeah.
That's fine.
Or
Uh,
Irishman.
Before we get into some fun facts and plot, Zach, what did you think about 22 Jump Street? Broad thoughts.
I didn't like it as much as the first.
What? Sorry.
I lost focus almost the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What, you fixing your hamburger meat over there or what?
yeah.
Got it all.
Sorry, I'll put it away.
No. Take
No, please leave it out.
Take another button off.
Yeah, take it
Alright.
Well, I don't know why. Do you remember fucking when McGregor and Diaz fought and he kept looking at him in the mirror? Take your top off. Take your top off.
Take your
Take your top off.
It's because you get called fucking what,
Yeah.
skinny
He's
fat?
like, you skinny fat bastard.
Did you like it or did you not?
I didn't like it as much. No.
Really?
You sound disappointed.
Yeah, you do.
I don't
Because
know.
you guys have fucking loved. Like, there's like 2 scenes that I enjoy in this movie.
Yeah, because I like the
Was it
movie.
the one where the girl thought he was gonna fuck him?
Oh my God,
That's
that's the
the
best
one.
fucking
Oh,
scene
yeah,
in this
okay,
movie.
number
That is the
3.
best scene in this
That-
movie
oh,
where they're
it's
fighting and she's
hilarious.
like,
You gotta kiss
"No,
me.
get away from me, dude!
No.
If you're gonna throw me on the bed, are you gonna fuck me? Are you gonna fuck me?" Like, no, dude, she's so fucking funny, dude. Tanner, what do you think about 22 Jump Street?
I love this movie, and I love that they address that it's a sequel, and they're doing the same thing, and they
Multiple
make
times.
jokes about it. I love that, and I like it better than the first.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, what do I want to go to next? Nick, what do you think?
It's a good. It's funny. It's a good movie. I don't know if it's better than the first because that what is it, that Savage comment? What Fred Savage?
Yeah.
Dude, that
Oh my God.
that's just that just lives in my head rent free. I don't know if it's equal to me, but yeah, I love it. I thought it was great. It's fucking great. Say something cool. Something cool.
Johnny.
I liked it. I don't know if I like it more than the first one. I
Whatever.
think
You
the first.
fucking love it, dude.
I think it's got more like action. Like it's definitely a lot more.
Bigger budget.
Yeah, bigger
Bigger
budget.
budget.
They're doing more shit. It's not.
Explosions.
It's not more comedic. But
Captain's
at the same
Office
time,
shaped
I
like an
kind of like
ice
it that it was
cube.
more comedic. And Ice Cube
They
was
even
just
say that
funny
too.
as fuck instead of
Fuck,
just being
shaped like
like
a
pissed
cube.
off dad. Oh, how you doing?
Um,
Fuck you, Mr. Plant.
I mirror thoughts here. I'm higher than Zach. And kind of right where you guys are. A little lower than Tanner. I think that the first one is such a goddamn masterpiece. Like lightning in a bottle.
For
and you
sure.
can't replicate that again.
No.
I think almost every joke in the first one is almost perfect. Like we could probably sit here and quote the entire first movie if we tried.
Oh yeah.
And I would struggle with the second. Like there's the big moment, something cool, and are we about to fucking kiss?
Or he's a prison. Get me out of here.
Schmidt fucked the captain's daughter.
And then
I'm Eric's little bitch. I'm Eric's little bitch.
Dude, you
Right,
high
Eric?
five.
No.
That's where I don't know. Maybe I've seen this one more times, but I feel like I can quote this movie just as good, if not better than the first.
Yeah, I gotta disagree. At least for me, the first one I could sit there and I mean, it's like it's everything. You're in
It's
too
so
deep. I found a
fun.
college
Whoa.
application on your desk.
What you get for trying to adjust?
He's got. They're doing. I think the drug is better. They're high on that one. The giggles and then they're fucking. I don't like that. Put that away. Even Rob Riggle in this movie, I'm like, fucking. I wish he was a little better. I wish he was a little better
I
in
love
this
the
movie.
3 minutes we get with him.
Yeah, it's funny.
Dave Franco's really funny. I like him.
I'm
and
supposed to go to
then-
Berkeley.
I was supposed to go to Berkeley.
It's just hard, I think, when you do a movie so perfect already, and then now this movie you just have to like just redo the same things, and then you have more money to do it, but like that doesn't necessarily make it better in my thought. I think they're just like, we're just gonna do the same thing again. I'm like, okay, that is, that's a sequel, but like it's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
I think like not to discredit this movie, it's just over crediting the first one for being like the perfect comedy movie. I think it's better than Balls of Fury. I think it's better than 21 Jump Street. Yeah, way better than Balls of Fury.
I don't know,
Without a doubt.
I don't know. That's
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt, dude.
I'm trying to think of something
Bro.
controversial because I can't think of a comedy movie that I like more
Step
than
Brothers.
The other guys.
Better.
It's better than Step Brothers.
This is the end.
21 Jump Street
This
is
is
way
the
better
end.
than Step Brothers.
I like Step Brothers.
Young
This is the end?
Frankenstein.
Do you think This Is the End isn't better than 21 Jump Street?
This is 21 Jump Street is better than This Is the End.
I just like This Is the End.
This
so
Is
much
the End
because
is funny because
they
it's
had
got-
all those actors and then Rihanna
Yeah,
gets her
it's
ass
funny
slapped,
because of
like-
all the cameos, but
Yeah.
like it's not funnier
Oh,
than
the
21
story.
Jump
No,
Street.
I don't know if it's funny. Yeah, it's a 21 Jump Street, man. You probably are onto something. I don't know if it's
It's
funnier
dude.
than Balls of
It's
21
very,
Jump Street is
very
one
good,
of the best,
man.
The best comedies. ever.
And it's
21 Jump
probably
Street.
and the chase scene in 21 Jump Street is probably the best
Oh,
chase scene on film.
Look at that box.
I really thought that was gonna explode. The chickens exploded. But if we get into some fun facts here for you guys, first up I got everybody was so floored by Jillian Bell's banter with Jonah Hill in this movie. Jillian Bell is of course the blonde girl that ends up being the dealer. The filmmakers note that it was the first time they'd ever saw Jonah Hill on his heels. And he is quoted saying, "It's like she thinks about what I'm gonna say before I say it, and then says it even funnier."
Dude,
Like she's so funny, dude, in this movie.
How long have you been there? All night. How long is
All night long. At
think
one
it's the
point,
longest amount of
I
time
thought-
I've been
thrusting.
that long.
at one point I thought I heard your hip hop.
Yeah, I'm surprised you and your liver spots could keep up.
Channing Tatum in the first movie was not a fan of being caught up in the improvised scenes that they had him do. But they forced him to do it again in this movie because he's such a natural talent at improvisation. And he was much more accepting of it this time. And funny about Jillian Bell, she continuously comments on how old Jonah Hill looks in this movie, but she is only 4 months older or younger than he is. In this movie, they're both 30, but she's like 4 months younger.
That's fucking funny.
We could all relate to this table.
I like this one. The white parrot that broke free in the beginning, free of its guideline at 6:41 in the movies, actually attacked Jonah Hill. That was not acting, Channing Tatum says. And he followed it up with, "I fucking hate birds." And I agree.
Birds kind of
With
suck.
that being said, though, go Birds.
Go Birds. Diplo makes a little cameo as the DJ playing on
The
during
beach.
Spring Break.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny.
I was wondering about that. I was like, this music sounds familiar.
And then the last fun fact I got for you here, which is probably the most disappointing fun fact. A crossover movie was planned for Jump Street and Men in Black called MIB 23. But it was later abandoned when development couldn't lift off and the director moved on to other projects. So that's a bit of a bummer because
Yeah,
that would have
would've
been pretty
See
goddamn
Will
funny,
Smith
I
slapping
imagine.
everybody.
No. Keep my wife's name out your goddamn mouth.
Yeah, I don't know if it was going to be Will Smith or if it was going to be
The
like
Hemsworth.
the Hemsworth
Yeah.
Men in Black. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Will Smith
Put
is
it on.
coming back.
The last suit you'll ever wear. And then Channing Tatum's like, why? What if it gets stinky? Can I wash it? No. They could have went so many different directions with that shit. That would have been so cool.
You see those two hunting aliens.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Dude, you can't fucking alien. What are you doing?
Oh, he's fucking an alien.
Who's fucking an alien though? That's the question.
Channing
Schmidt.
Ladies and gentlemen, previously on 21
Oh,
Jump
God.
Street. This movie starts off with a previously. I love it, and then we get clips from the first movie. And we get all a bunch of previous clips from the first movie and a clip that wasn't in the first movie at all.
Yeah.
And I love
Which one was that?
The lobsters.
Lobsters.
It's like, it's gonna eat your face.
Oh, yeah.
Not in the first movie at all.
That's fucking
I
funny.
love that. After they're previously on, Schmidt begins to bemoan the fact that him and Janko are forced to be taking online courses, college courses. We're like, when they said college, I didn't think it was going to be online. This sucks, dude. They're trying to find a drug dealer trying to sell their shit through online courses. And it's funny, as they talk and complain here, you can hear in the background that the guy on the course online is talking about the drop being at a certain time.
Yep.
So like it's happening and they're not even paying attention to it. It's great. And then they do Bad Boys 2 poses.
Yeah. Oh, another arm.
I'm a sucker for like anything making fun of Bad Boys. So that's like really funny.
Tanner, you look
Uh-oh,
offended. Do you
lost
like
my
Bad
place.
Boys?
I like the last one better, to be honest, than all of them. That last one was good.
What's that?
The last Bad Boys.
Bad
that they
Boys? Nah, 2 is my favorite, I think.
made. Two was my favorite. That last one was fun.
Then they head to Metro City Port, where they take on an assignment there. They find the wanted drug lord, The Ghost, played by Bad Boys veteran Peter Stormare.
Every Russian bad guy.
Every Russian bad guy ever. You know, it is what it is.
Also, Lucifer and Constantine.
Oh,
That's
he's
my
best
favorite. I
Yes,
love
he
him
is
in
the
that, dude.
best
The best Lucifer.
A man who's said to have made connections with the Mexican cartel. Schmidt dresses up as a cholo in a pretty offensive getup. Gets into character to infiltrate the gang, but Janko knows he sucks at improvising, which is another joke, poking at the first one because he hated it so much that they had to be like, I don't want to improvise. He's like, you got it, you'll do great, which he
Be
did.
complete silence while I get a character. Be complete silence.
Schmidt plays up his role while meeting with the dealers, while Janko is pretty unconvincing. Or Jeff. So, my name is Jeff.
Hefe,
Jefe, Jefe, man.
And that body on, man.
His
I thought
Jefe,
he was
huh?
Mexican Wolverine, man.
That's what we call Johnny now.
The Mexican Wolverine?
The Mexican Wolverine.
It really does look
Yeah,
like
but
a
you gotta
fucking
say it in the
Mexican.
offensive voice, you know?
Huh?
You gotta say it in the
From
offensive
the
voice.
barrio, Holmes. Yeah.
Going incredibly great detail with the stories, man.
And I mean, you're so rich in the detail.
And boots.
Boots. Door.
Swiper. Ghost lets them into the truck to check out his supply, but when the two open the crate, they're surprised when an octopus jumps out on Smith's face and inks in my mouth. He's inking in my mouth!
Inks directly in his mouth.
Oh, they're endangered species, black market. They had no idea.
Ghost and his men then begin to shoot at Schmidt and Janko before they make their escape in the truck. Janko hops on top of the truck to catch the goons, while a nervous Schmidt tries to climb over. His foot gets caught in a net, and he falls over, dangling over the edge of the truck. Janko walks to the front and tries to break the windshield, to which the guy's like, Jesus Christ, it's like the Terminator. All this taking place while Schmidt tries to continue getting up onto the truck, and when he finally does, he's so happy that he's finally climbed up onto the truck, he doesn't notice the giant beam sitting in front of him and hits the beam, pulling him and Janko both off of the truck.
Which would kill him in real
Which would
life.
kill them both.
Credits.
And then they both just kind of hang there all tangled up, all goofy like. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, besides like the funny lines, I didn't like any of this. I'm like, this is kind of a stupid intro to this movie, but it is what it is. This is just more example of this movie, and it's the criticism I'm gonna have is that more budget doesn't equal better. You know, it's just like, they're doing cool stuff, but like I don't really think it's as good.
Valid.
They're hanging on the beam. After that, they meet back with Chief Hardy, once again played by Nick Offerman. Over their last screw-up, Hardy suggests that this wouldn't have happened if they just did the undercover thing again. The same thing they did last
He
time.
really sets the tone for what
Yeah.
we're about to see.
He
sure
literally
does.
just sets
He sure
everything.
does.
The theme of like you guys got to like struggle with each other, with your perils.
He adds.
fall out. I'm having a divorce.
He says that even though nobody had faith in their reboot, the guys got lucky, and now they have double the budget to move ahead with a new assignment, and obviously a meta joke to the sequel. The guys are sent to the Vietnamese church across the street from the Korean church on 21 Jump Street.
Here's a banner that says 23.
Yep, and so they now report to 22 Jump Street. The guys look over and see construction on a building next to the Korean church of 23 Jump Street.
23 Jump Street condominiums. Or what are
Condominium.
condominium?
I never will.
The guys are impressed by the high quality look of the headquarters, and notice that Captain Dickens is in a giant cube of ice. Look at that, his office is a giant cube of ice. We see that Jenko's nerdy friends from the first one are interns now. It's kind of nice to get a little cameo from them. Yeah,
They show up at the end.
Yeah,
they do.
They always do.
They report to Dixon, who tells them that they're going to MC State to investigate the appearance of a new drug called Wi-Fi, W-H-Y-P-H-Y.
Wipey?
I would have
Wipey?
Wipey?
Whippy?
Stands for work hard, yes. Play hard, yes. You know what that's a reference
Am
to?
I right? Probably the Wiz
Song?
Khalifa song
That's
that plays
the Wiz Khalifa
directly
song.
after they say it.
Imagine that. Subtle.
Work hard, play hard.
The guys receive a file on the victim of the drug, Cynthia Watson. She was high on,
Thanks.
and then fell out her fucking window to her death. They are also given a picture of Cynthia exchanging the drug with an unknown subject. Schmidt and Jenko then are sent to MC State, where they make it once again under the aliases of Brad and Doug McQuaid.
Name me some Doug McQuaid.
They get adjusted to their dorms and returning to college life. When they
Wait,
meet the
are we gonna
interns.
miss the fucking Vietnamese Jesus talk? Look at all that swag goop.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking! I love it.
Yeah, I like this little part too, where they're like, "Here's all the list of shit you need for college: beanbag chairs,
I did love
Pop-up
that
hamper.
scene.
pop-up hamper."
Comforter that I will not wash for 6 months.
I mean, it's coming.
Shirts
What's
that
up, boys?
show that
Already
I
got-
drink beer.
Already got semen on the mattress. What's up?
That's right.
Um,
Lamborghini poster.
Keith and Kenny are the Yang twins, played by the Lucas brothers,
That's right.
who have very interesting twin connection. The guy, they can finish each other's sentences and know what they're thinking. It's crazy.
They're funny as hell.
They're very funny. They're very funny. The guys then head to some of their classes to try and find any possible dealers.
This is my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, Schmidt takes a psychology class and is immediately thought to be a narc.
Yeah,
And I love this
immediately. That's
part.
like my favorite part.
Your badge is showing. He's like, did you really just look?
Did
for
you
your
really
badge?"
just look?
Dude, that's so
This
fucking
guy's such
funny.
a narc.
He's like, yeah, I could tell you how you get some Wi-Fi. You head into the police station, walk up to your sergeant and ask for some. You fucking
You can't fucking see your badge. And you just,
narc. Did you really just look for your badge?
dude, how fucking embarrassed would you be in real life?
I like how he was like,
Somebody for drugs.
No, I didn't.
No, I
And he
didn't.
just
I didn't do
immediately
that.
turns and he just calls you the fuck out.
I didn't do that. Jenko takes a history class taught by a professor played by Patton Oswalt. He presses Jenko to question his lectures, since that's what he thinks college is all about, in order for someone to find themselves. He then also admits to sleeping with 2 of his students.
I love
Please
how
call me back.
I thought he was joking, and then he was like, at the end, he's like, "Please call me back."
Text me back.
Text me
Like,
back.
senior professors are so much fun.
That's what you should be.
Afterward,
You look
later
like
that night, afterwards, the guys go to an open mic
Oh,
night.
shit, sorry.
The guys go to an open mic night for slam poetry, where Schmidt meets a pretty girl from his class named
Boner.
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 And he said it so confidently.
I gotta
too,
feed
like,
my boner.
Please tell me that was in one of the improvised lines for him.
I don't know, maybe.
Because he said the first thing that came to his mind, tampon.
Tampon. Boner. Straight face, love it. He meets Maya, played by Amber Stevens, who wasn't in really much. She was in Tokyo Drift as like a student, but she hasn't been in much. But she's very good.
I looked her up. She is in a bunch of
I
things.
wouldn't
She's
mind
not stuff
seeing
I've
her in
seen.
more stuff.
We
you
would
know?
like to see her in more
Wait,
stuff. She's
she was
nicely.
in Tokyo Drift. Was that chick?
She was a we don't see her
Lucas'
much.
black like girlfriend?
No.
Oh, I was like, they do not. look
Different
the same.
girl. He goes up on stage to do a weird poem in honor of Cynthia, which gets a few laughs. Don't like this bit either. This is them trying to recreate the "I Got a Crow" bit from the first one, and I think that one's just funnier because he's got the over self thing of confidence from the drug he's on. With no leads, Schmidt and Jenko realize that they need to consult an expert, so they go to the prison to visit Mr. Walters, who's once again played by Rob Riggle.
Him and his do-rag.
I'm his bitch.
Do-rag.
I'm his bitch. Right, Eric? No.
Yeah, there's so much blood all the time.
You want to see?
His vagina works.
Looks
Doors
like-
opening up The Shining.
That's like the doors opening up in The Shining.
I don't think this is.
Tell him
is
I'm
this
your
consensual?
bitch. He's not. I am your bitch.
Vagina doesn't fucking work, man.
Ha, look at this, you dumb shits. You missed it.
He brags about
The
having a
fucking
vagina
tongue-licking shit.
and being Eric's bitch.
Put that shit away.
Walters
outta
then
here.
takes a look at the picture of Cynthia and the suspect, and he mocks them both for not looking at the picture a little closer to see that the suspect has a tattoo of his arm of a bazooka with a big boom cloud on it. The guys then visit a tattoo parlor and ask the tattoo artist if he remembers giving the tattoo to anybody, and he thinks he gave it to a football player with a red mohawk, which we saw earlier. It was played by Jimmy Tatro, the guy who drew
I like
all the
that guy.
dicks.
I like that
The guy who we thought drew all the dicks. It wasn't him. You ever see American Vandal? You ever watch that?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. I forgot he was in that, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what movie
Johnny,
I fucking originally
have
met
you ever
him in,
seen it?
but-
Yeah, see, like he's in a pod. We don't watch movies.
Not really. He's seen.
It's like a fake documentary.
Yeah.
About
You know, like those
people
crime documentaries that are
but
like,
they're fake.
and then everything changed when a little bit of new evidence opened up or whatever, and then it like cuts to like pictures. I think it's a parody on those, but like somebody drew a bunch of dicks and Sharpies all over the cars in the school parking lot, and they're like, we don't know who did it.
The guy in the red mohawk that did it.
Figuring that they need to infiltrate and meet this guy, the guys try out for the football team. Jenko immediately strikes up a friendship with another player named Zook, played by Wyatt Russell. Fun little cameo there. I forgot Wyatt Russell.
This guy.
Who's
Yeah.
Russell?
I don't like his character at all. It's too
No.
gay.
Both Schmidt and Jenko try to keep an eye on Rooster and get a look at his arm to find the tattoo. Jenko shows impressive skills on the field, catching the attention of Coach, played by John Benjamin, the voice of Archer,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
uh,
And Bob's Burgers.
and Bob's Burgers.
And he's also the
Which he
voice
doesn't
of
really
comic
talk in
book
this movie.
guy on Family Guy.
Yeah, he only says a couple things, and was like, "Don't tell him how
As soon
good
as
he
you
is."
hear his voice, you're like, Bob?
And that's that guy. Yep. I hear Archer, but like
Yeah,
also
our
Bob.
Archer's hilarious when they did the cross between Bob's Burgers and Archer.
Right.
Dude, it was funnier than shit.
Zook invites
never seen
Jenko to a
that. I
party
gotta go see
at
it
his
too.
frat house later that night, and brings Schmidt to tag along, despite Jenko telling him that he should stay behind. Jenko gets in with the frat guys, where Schmidt gets too close to Rooster in trying to find the tattoo, and he's sent away. Fucking love the little parkour thing. He's like, I don't fucking know parkour, so I'm just gonna leave.
I'm just gonna go home. Oh, all right, that was it.
While Jenko parties with Zook and the other frat boys, Schmidt runs into Maya and hangs out with her in front of the art building overnight. He ends up sleeping with her in her dorm room.
Let's go!
We're talking missionary.
We're talking.
We're talking
Missionary.
We're talking where she's on her back and I'm on top of her.
It's like, shh. Dick flew on the red eye, hasn't got a wink of sleep.
I think it's funnier.
Don't wake up my
I
dick.
think it's funny when he's sitting there and he's like looking and looking and looking, and all of a sudden, ding! Oh my god!
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
we'll get to that. 'Cause I'm gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah.
I got some controversial opinions about it. It's like one of my favorite scenes, and then quickly turns into one of my least favorite scenes. But we'll see. Meanwhile, Jenko joins Zook and Rooster on the football field, where Jenko finally gets a look at Rooster's arm. He does have a tattoo, but it is of a red herring, which is fucking hilarious.
You see him swim?
Which is fucking hilarious because, of course, a red herring is the term for when a movie is leading you in a direction and then makes you think that something's going to happen, and then
Oh, I would think
an
of,
opposite happens.
A pup named
Kind of like
Scooby
a
Doo.
twist.
It was Red Herring that did it.
The red herring, yeah, which is very, very funny. Another meta
Get that
joke.
reference.
I do get that reference.
It turns out, though, of course, that Zook also has a tattoo on his arm, and it is, of course, a bazooka with a big boom written on it on a cloud. He's like, fuck, that's probably not good. The next morning, Schmidt wakes up in Maya's room and meets Mercedes,
Who is just a fucking ray of sunshine.
who's a
She's
goddamn
so fucking
heaven sent in this movie. She's so goddamn funny, dude.
Does she ever smile?
No.
No, she doesn't ever
She's
smile.
also the drug dealer in that night where Seth Rogen and somebody else go out for a night.
Maya tells
Panda
him.
Express?
Maya tells him that she lets her stay with her because she feels bad because she used to be Cynthia's roommate until Cynthia unfortunately died. And she just begins fucking ragging on Jonah Hill here for just being old, and I love it, dude. At one point, I thought I heard your hip hop. He's like, you're an incredibly loud climaxer. You know that? Schmidt then joins up with Jenko at the headquarters to report to Dixon. Still with no leads, though. Schmidt does brag about having sex to Dixon, who daps him up to show approval. Yeah, who wouldn't? You know what's? I'll give you some. Yeah. Back more on that later. The guys then meet up back in their dorm where they're eating blondies, the Yang twins. I almost said the Yin Yang twins. The Yang twins inform them that those brownies are, of course, laced with Wi-Fi.
I had 6
And they're
of
like,
them.
I had six
six
of those
of
brownies.
You'll be all right. Yeah, you should be okay.
Later that night, the guys sneak out and infiltrate the frat house,
so fucking
completely
focused.
fucking focused.
I loved it. That was funny. Jump on top of each other on the bench.
Yeah, it's like
We're
one's
doing
ducking on the bench
camouflage.
and the other one like planks over top of them. Like, and then they keep going.
They sneak out at night and infiltrate the frat house. They are going over who they would like to recruit for their frat as they listen in on the frat. They hear a great approval for Jenko to join, but no love for Schmidt. But they're unfortunately like, hey man, we probably don't get Jenko without Schmidt, so we probably need to grab him too. And everybody's like, fucking boo.
Also, we get Jenko being a complete dipshit with his laser pointer in this.
Yeah.
Or
I'm trying to
He's cutting the glass.
fucking drilling. I ran out of cameras.
He's fucking, he drills like fucking 10
that's
holes.
hilarious.
Dude, I said that 5 times.
I said that 5 times. I don't have 4 cameras.
Schmidt knocks over a mannequin, makes a loud noise, forcing him and Jenko to run before Zook does eventually find them. They make it into their dorm, but they're caught by Zook and his guys, and then they're stuffed into the trunk at gunpoint. And we're like, oh, fuck, this probably ain't good. Another red herring.
Gunpoint.
A lot of red herrings, like it. They're stuffed into the trunk. They begin to feel the effects of the Wi-Fi and start to trip out heavily. And this goddamn scene is fucking hilarious.
It is funny.
Trip is so much
The
better
fucking-
than mine.
The fucking music, you hear rap
He's
music.
listening to ass and titties and his or whatever, titties and ass.
And then it goes, we're on wide
He's
open.
listening to fucking Creed. He's like, why is my music so depressing?
You hear, I love it when there's just both at the same time. You just hear them in the background.
He's like, look, I finally got my Lamborghini. It's a little mini Lamborghini. Jenko begins to float off and Schmidt grabs her and he's like, stop dragging me down, man. I'm trying to ascend. He's like, I'm not dragging you down, man. Oh, very funny.
That's hilarious.
Oh, he's like trying to dance to his sad music. He like puts his hood up and he's just like,
Yeah. It's a fucking Creed.
right?
I lost it when it's Creed, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
It was.
When they're pulled out of the trunk, however, they find that Zook and the other frat boys are merely hazing them for the initiation. They subject Schmidt and Draco to a bunch of drinking games.
Which one of them is real good at.
There's
One of
a
them's
lot
very good at,
games.
one of them not so much.
I love when they jump over that thing and he just
Fucking
Yeah, straight through the
straight
middle of it, dude.
times through it.
Django,
Telling you this shit.
Django excels and impresses the boys while Schmidt is uncomfortable and clumsy. When the last task involves pigs and possibly pig shit, we don't know. Schmidt walks out. He's like, I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'm out. Schmidt walks out. Django follows him, tries to convince him to stick around and have fun, but Schmidt wants no part of it. Django eventually suggests that maybe we should do separate investigations.
Have an open investigation.
Yeah, open investigation. Maybe we should investigate. Other
Maybe we should
people.
investigate other people. Yeah.
That's right. No, I don't want to hug right now.
This, of course, leads Django to eventually start spending more time with Zook, while Schmidt ends up being left alone more often. Schmidt then receives an unwelcome surprise from his parents as they visit him for Parents' Weekend, not realizing he's an undercover agent. They then all meet up with Maya, and Schmidt's mom embarrasses him once again, and it only gets worse when he finds out that Maya's dad is, of course, Captain Dixon, and his mom is Queen Latifah.
This is one of my favorite scenes.
This is the best. This is the best bit in the movie.
I also
The
think it's
best bit in the movie.
real funny that Queen Latifah is usually very animated, like Ice
She's like,
Cube's
"I'm straight
about
outta
to
Compton."
get, but
he's
then
the
she's
villain.
pretty fucking chill for like the entire scene.
I'm straight out of Compton. They sit down to eat with Schmidt's parents and Maya's mom, played by Queen Latifah, which gets awkward after Dixon realizes that Schmidt has been sleeping with his daughter. And then he goes up to the buffet and starts having a goddamn temper tantrum. And it's fucking, give me them goddamn string beans. I want fucking string beans.
Yo, ration around here some shit. I like fruit. You like fruit? What you doing, Mr. Plant?
Break your fucking leg off.
It's very funny, dude.
This is pork shit.
Maya is angry at her dad for being too controlling, so while she starts to hook up with Schmidt again, he decides that can they just talk? Because he's getting the text messages at the same time, which is fucking hilarious. He's like, "What's up, Doug?
What's up, Doug?
I'm gonna kill you, Doug."
How do you get my dad's number? I don't know. Student directory.
Student directory. Schmidt asks if they can just talk. They do and chat about Schmidt's high school experience, the undercover one. At the same time, Jenko is working out with Zook, trying to get him to spill the details on Cynthia and Wi-Fi. Zook appears dodgy and insists that he knows what he's doing. It's okay, don't worry about me. After talking to Maya all night, Mercedes then once again shows up and tells Schmidt that Cynthia got some sort of medication from the psychology professor, Dr. Murphy. Once again, like, how long have you been there? All night. She's just sitting there again.
They're the longest time you could think of. That long. I wish she was in this movie more. Like, she's so perfect. Schmidt and Jenko then sneak into Murphy's office to find something that might incriminate him, but Murphy walks in and interrupts them and thinks that they're there for a counseling session, mistaking the two for a gay couple, which, yeah, I get it. The guys then sit down for their session, spilling their feelings towards each other. Jenko feels that Schmidt is a little too clingy, and Schmidt feels that Jenko is never listening to him. Murphy mentions something about embedding, which details embedding in which details and such are glossed over and ignored and misinterpreted. This, of course, lights the fire in him, leading to the two realizing that perhaps Zook is not the dealer in the photograph, and that instead he's the buyer. We got to stop thinking about this like it's the exact same thing, and maybe do something else. They also deduce that... They also kick him the fuck out of the room.
Yeah, like, all right, you get the fuck out. They also deduce that Cynthia and the other dealers were hiding the Wi-Fi in the library books when they go and investigate her room. The library worked out because nobody goes there and would not bother to check them out. So that checks out. The guys report to Dixon again, who's still pissed at Schmidt for sleeping with Maya, when Jenko deduces the fact that he's putting on a bulletproof vest. He's like, "Why are you wearing Kevlar, dude?" And he's like, "Hey, he's like, "This is fucking why," and shows the picture, and then Jenko's like, "Oh shit!" And like I said,
And you high-fived different fucking your daughter.
and like I said, this is like the best scene in the movie. I'm not gonna deny it, but it quickly goes to like, I don't like how overacty Channing Tatum gets very fast. Like, I get that that's the point, but he starts doing the screaming to be funny instead of the saying funny stuff, and that's just not my kind of comedy. Like I said it last night, it's like the Will Ferrell kind of comedy. Like, he's not saying something funny, he's saying something normal very loudly. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, that always just, but like, the situation is fucking hilarious, and it is the best bit in the movie. So he does prance around the office chanting "Schmidt, fuck the captain's daughter," and Dickens like, every time he says that dumbass shit, I'm gonna shoot you again.
Another foot in your
Another
ass.
foot in your ass.
And he's just running around that.
He's like, what do you want to, like, fucking punch him or something? He's like, nah, I got something better, and then fucking tases him in the nuts.
How'd that feel, buddy?
Well deserved.
He adds that they have no more money in their budget, so figure this shit out quick.
$800 pair of shoes on. You can't
Got
even
an
see
office
them.
that looks like the Avengers or whatever he says.
The two split up again. Once again, Django's like, you got this. Have a little confidence in yourself. And he's like, please, no. Schmidt heads to the library by himself to investigate, while Jenko heads to the field for a football game. Back in the library, Schmidt sees Ghost and his goons waiting for somebody. And just like fucking texts. He's just texting Jenko like a...
This part's pretty funny, though, when he does show up.
Yeah, I like their little fucking helmet mobile.
Yeah,
So
it's funny.
Yeah.
Schmidt can go see someone waiting for somebody. Schmidt texts Jenko to come by, persistently sending messages after messages until Jenko finally leaves the game to join him.
They make enough noise back in the aisles of the library to attract the attention of Ghost and his goons to come over. Janko pretends to give Schmidt a blowjob to draw attention from themselves, but Janko gets angry when the goons calls them the homophobic slur F word. And he's like, hey man, I've taken a human resources class. That ain't cool. And then fucking headbutts him anyway.
Use your fucking head. Use my fucking
Do you guys got guns? No.
Guys,
He headbutts him, and then Ghost recognizes him and Schmidt as cops. They take out their guns and begin shooting, forcing the guys to run. They run out onto the campus where Janko has a helmet-shaped car.
It's not fucking
Ghost
Rambo,
and his
man.
goons chase them in a Hummer. They drive all across the campus, causing an insane amount of property damage during this chase. Janko does tell Schmidt that they are out of the
Why
budget,
didn't you go to the parking lot?
so don't go into the field of sculptures or wherever they go.
That seems
The
expensive.
parking lot was the other way.
Yeah, the parking lot.
Which way's less expensive? I don't know.
I don't know. During the chase, Janko tells Schmidt that he got a scholarship to play football at MC State and that Zook invited him to be his roommate. They drive onto the football field and the brakes are out. Woof. I do like earlier they mentioned that everybody was trying to knock over the
Yeah,
goalpost,
just
so the
concreted it in.
coach like concreted it in. And that, of course, ends when the helmet car runs into the goalpost and then fucking explodes in fire. Jump out of the car and crashes and explodes into the goalpost. Schmidt is taken into custody for questioning, but not before letting Janko stay behind so that he can take the fall for him. He leaves campus, and Maya is, of course, understandably mad at him for lying to him. That's it for Schmidt in college.
Yeah.
Janko, of course, keeps hanging around with Zook and the other college kids while Schmidt goes back to park duty.
Throws a rock at the kid.
Throws a rock at the kid. It's like, hey, you supposed to be doing that? He's flipping the gun by himself and stuff. It's fine. Dr. Murphy is arrested after traces of Wi-Fi were found in his office. Hardy then declares the case closed because it was exactly the same way it was last time. Exactly the same. Schmidt learns that Ghost has been paying for a student's tuition, but we don't know who, while Janko informs him that a large supply of Wi-Fi is headed for Porto, Mexico for spring break. They decide to team up once again and head down there to finish the job themselves. But this is just a one-time thing. After this, we're not teaming up again, like that too.
But they do.
We get the bad boy shot of Mexico. I like that, where it's like coming in with the plane shot. They head to Mexico and come to a big party on the beach where Wi-Fi is being sold just about everywhere. They're able to track down the dealers, find the supplier, and when they find the person taking all of the money, they see that it's Mercedes. And I'm like, yes. When I first saw this, I was like, yes.
So, like, hear me out.
We're about to get some
They
gold.
make another one. I don't even care what direction they go with it or what school they go to or anything like that. But they can't figure this one out, and they go visit her in prison, and she's wearing a do-rag. That would just be fucking hilarious.
And her bitch is, what's his name? The guy that was...
No, her bitches would be the Yang twins.
Oh my
That'd be
god.
so
That's funny.
That'd be a good one.
And, but she's definitely putting a strap on.
They follow
Yeah.
Mercedes to a warehouse where they discover that it is Ghost's daughter. Plot twist. What a shocker. They are organizing a network to distribute Wi-Fi across the country. Even the Yang twins are in on it. When Mercedes sees that they're both high on the drug, she almost shoots one of them until Schmidt and Janko try to arrest them. But they are, of course, outnumbered by all of these goons. I like the part where he's like, why don't you just, like, sell them cocaine or something? You know what I mean? And she's like, oh my fucking God, you're so old. They are outnumbered by all the goons until Dixon and the rest of the Jump Street division come in after following Schmidt and tracking device. We get a little fun cameo from what's her name from the first one.
Yep.
I forget
She's
her
the
name,
cheerleader.
but she was one of the cheerleaders from the first one.
Yeah.
A little Dakota Johnson cameo would have been fun, but that's okay. She
she
must have
made
been
money
doing.
after the first one.
She must have been doing actual movies now. People were like, "Oh shit,
She was doing 50 Shades Darker.
she's kind of she's kind of a good actress." Like, ooh. They all come in, including the nerds who all have like assault rifles. Pretty great. Ghost grabs Mercedes' bag with the money and runs with it. Dixon runs after him, but sees Maya in the warehouse. This distracts him long enough to get shot in the foot and kidnapped by Mercedes. She tells Schmidt that Mercedes has her dad, and she's headed off that way. I really need to double space these guys. He stops to tell her that the girl always gets kidnapped during the cinematic, and then he gets kidnapped. They head out after him. Schmidt and Janko split up after they see a Lamborghini in which Janko really wants to drive, but Schmidt reminds him that, hey, you're much better on foot, so you chase after that guy, please, and I'll take the Lamborghini. And he's like, how do I drive this thing? And he's like,
Dog, you're
you gotta let it drive you,
football
man.
player, and you want me to run?
I like the line where he's like, how do I drive this thing? And he's like, you gotta let it drive you, man.
Which, yeah, he did.
He did.
That thing drove his ass.
While Janko chases after Ghost, he manages to fight off goons on the beach using a stone girl as a weapon. That's pretty cool.
Little swing dancing style
Yeah.
fighting.
Fun fact in is it Jupiter Ascending?
With
Channing Tatum and Mila Kunis.
Yep.
This is the same stunt double that is Mila Kunis' stunt double in that movie. So he's picked her up and thrown her before, which I thought was another little fun fact.
That's pretty dope. That movie was a bit
Schmidt
silly.
awkwardly drives the Lamborghini to a hotel where he catches up with Mercedes, but not before smashing through the lobby, screaming Tokyo Drift as he drifts around and parks in the lobby. Mercedes keeps trying to kiss Schmidt when they fight, and Jesus Christ, oh my God.
Are you trying to get no?
Oh
you
my
keep
God!
leading. No, you're
dude.
leading.
It
No.
is so very funny. So yeah, she held a gun to Schmidt's head or Dickens' head, and then Maya comes up behind her and smacks her with a plant. He gets away, and then she runs upstairs to where Schmidt follows. And then when they get into a fist fight, he's like, "What? You don't want to hit me because I'm a girl?" And he's like, "Fine." Boom! And he lets her have it. And he's like, "You hit like a bitch, dog." And then she like leans in for a kiss. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?"
I thought we were having a moment.
I thought were we about to kiss?
This is the most awkward
Why?
fist fight I've ever
You're
been
trying to
in.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith me, dude.
No way I don't want to kiss you.
Dude, you're trying to Mr. and Mrs. Smith me line
Yeah.
fucking kills me, dude. You're trying to Mr. and Mrs. Smith me. I'm not trying to do that. It's so fucking funny, dude.
I was telling Kyle too when we were watching it. I'm like, I've never noticed it. And all the times I watch it, there's some dude just sitting in the back of the room with a bong in his hand.
Wait,
Doesn't
what?
say,
Yeah, he's just
doesn't
sitting in the
say-
back of the
he's
room.
sitting there with a bong
I
watching
didn't even
him.
notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right in the like they're standing like here and here. He's right in the back with a bong. He's just like
He's just watching him.
just
Oh,
fucking
really?
watching him. Yeah,
I didn't even
that
notice.
wasn't their room. They just busted into this fucking stoner's room and they're fucking each other up. Are we fucking? And he's sitting there like in the back the whole time.
Fuck you.
The whole
Oh
time.
man. The guys meet up and find Ghost trying to escape in a helicopter. After, of course, he subdues Mercedes and she is arrested. A goon shoots at them while Schmidt jumps in front of Channing Tatum trying to take a bullet for him, but mistimes it.
Even shit.
Mistimes it and hits the ground while Janko just gets shot in the other shoulder.
It's
in the
the
exact
dot
same
that
spot.
counts. No, it's taking a bullet that counts.
He jumps too early. He gets hit in the other arm in the exact same spot. Janko then kills the goon and makes it to the helicopter as it takes off. He jumps off of the helipad and grabs onto the helicopter with Schmidt successfully
Beyonce?
making the leap as well. I like the little montage here where he's like, and then it like goes through all of the times he like failed jumping in this movie, including going through the beer cans. He successfully also makes the jump and lands on the helicopter. They slip. Janko slips and falls, but Schmidt catches him before instructing him to reach into his pants and grab the grenade that he slipped in there earlier. That's also my dick. And he's like, why
Why
is
are
it
you
hard?
hard? It's all the adrenaline.
It's all the adrenaline. I'm excited.
Say something cool when you throw it.
Pulls the grenade out, pulls the pin with his mouth. He's like, hey, it's in my mouth. And then Schmidt tells him to say something cool as he throws it as they let go of the helicopter. Channing Tatum hurls the grenade as he yells, something cool.
So awesome. Man, I feel so good.
I
Boom.
fucking- so I think we missed this already, but like one of my favorite parts about this whole thing is the dude that throws up on him.
Oh yeah, and he just
Like
knocks
he's
him
done
out.
fighting, and then the dude's like throws up on him, and he's like, just drops him and then keeps going.
Oh my
There's a
gosh.
guy in the room with a bong. I'm gonna have to.
Yo, dude,
I gotta
yeah,
check
it's
that
so
out.
weird. Once you see him, you can't unsee him.
They slip and fall from the helicopter as they throw the grenade into it. It explodes and destroys it and the whole supply of Wi-Fi. Ghost is later revealed to have survived the explosion, of course. Fun fact.
Return of the Ghost.
Return of the Ghost.
Yeah. As the two land in the ocean, they are applauded by the whole crowd, including Rooster and Zook, as he's like, "That's who you should be with." He's like, "I do like that part." He's like, "Man, I thought you were dragging me down, but really, you were helping me up." It's very funny.
It's cute.
Another little fun fact is that they wanted them to kiss here, but then they were like, that's a little bit too on the nose. But they thought about having them kiss here.
I don't know. How would y'all feel if that kissed right there? Let's be honest. Would you laugh or would you be like?
10 out of 10, best movie ever.
I figured.
Would have been better in the first.
It would have been better than the first.
Dixon congratulates them for fixing their fuck up and wishes that he could unfuck my daughter, but that's okay.
But I'm gonna let that one go.
But I'm gonna let that one go. Before he tells them their next assignment, you two sons of bitches are going to med school. This carries into the credits as Dixon keeps giving them assignments for new schools, which pave the way for a bunch of fake Jump Street sequels, taking them places such as Culinary School, Flight Academy, and we get cameos from Bill Hader, Anna Faris, Richard Grieco from 21 Jump Street TV show.
Yeah, where it's like
21 Jump Street Generations.
Yeah.
So funny, dude.
Like, yeah, you might have been right. This might be one of the best, like, end credits.
It might be the
ever,
best
dude.
end credit
Ever.
scene ever, dude.
It's
It's
fucking
so
crazy.
funny, dude. It goes further when it spawns fake merchandise, such as video games, action figures, and animated series. The action figure comes with an octopus and it talks. It's inking in my mouth.
I wish they would have done a fucking action figure of dude, and then like his dick comes separately.
Oh my
I love the
God.
dicks, dude. Shooting the dicks or whatever. I love that. And this, of course, ends with badass car chases and explosions as we finish off 22 Jump Street. We do, of course, get the recast of Seth Rogen in the middle there, where they're like, "Man, you don't notice something different?" He's like, "I got new glasses." And then Jonah Hill's back, and he's like, "I'm glad you're back, man." He's like, "What do you mean? I've been here the whole time. What contract dispute?" And that is, of course, 22 Jump Street, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. Before we wrap up and rank here, closing thoughts, Zach, after we talked about it. You still pretty low, or...
Yeah, not as good as the first.
He hates it.
I mean, I agree, but like, I still think it's very good.
He hates
I
it.
don't think it's bad. by
Say you
any
hate
means.
it.
Zach
I
fell asleep
hate
20
it.
minutes in,
Thank
so he
you.
has no
Pretty
notes.
much.
Shut up.
It's like watching Friday. I just can't finish it.
Are you fucking serious right now? Nah. What the fuck is this shit?
Shh, it's okay, Johnny.
What?
We'll get him later.
What?
Don't
No.
Exactly.
No.
We go cash him outside.
He's possibly the biggest nerd in this room, and he's never seen Lord of the Rings extended anything.
If he hears a squeaky bike rolling up on him, we know what's going.
He knows what's about to happen, dog.
Tyson's about to shoot you with a Glock. That's what.
Debo about
Sup,
to roll up on your
Debo?
ass.
Sup, Craig?
You got knocked the fuck out.
Normally we do like the bad guys, but I don't know. There's not really like.
Yeah.
How do we? I guess we could do it quick since it's our last one. How do we feel about the gym teacher versus Mercedes?
I
and her
love the
dad?
gym teacher
I was
more in
gonna
this
say,
movie.
I think Mercedes is better than both of them, but the ghost like brings them down. I feel like.
I was gonna say, should we rank the dealers?
Yeah, that's
the
kind of what I'm
supply,
thinking.
Oh, Franco.
So it'd almost be
Yeah, shit.
Mercedes and Ghost in his group versus,
Yeah, Dave Franco and
and then the
Rob
one
Riggle.
percenters.
Yeah, the 1%ers.
The one-
Be like
percenters.
that'd be like the gang. And the,
I would
like,
I would say the dealer and the supplier, which is the coach,
Yeah.
Rob Riggle, and then Dave Franco, and
Yeah.
then we got Mercedes, and then her dad, the ghost.
Okay.
I think Mercedes is better than the other two. I love her more, but I think the ghost drags it down.
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
compared. So
I gotta
think-
go Franco.
I gotta
and-
go Franco and the gym coach,
Yeah.
dude. Where he's like, you
hurt
got
my
a good,
hands.
you got exceptional muscle. I hurt my hands.
Put that back in there.
He's like, fucking. He's
What the
so
fuck
good,
you just
dude.
do with your hand?
It's like it's just so
I like
funny to me
that.
too. Like, and
Put that away.
we talked about it last week,
He's
but
eating ranch.
he's holding the Cool Ranch Doritos. He's like, "Were you guys on drugs?"
Fun fact: in this movie, when they have the idea to go and talk to the gym coach,
He's eating.
He's eating Cool Ranch Doritos.
Because
as
when
well.
they're walking
We
into
need
their
to talk
dorm
to an
rooms, he's
expert.
got a bag. Yeah.
He's like, we need to talk to an expert, and he's eating Cool Ranch Doritos when they have the idea to talk to Rob Riggle.
Yeah, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to rank 22 Jump Street against 21 Jump Street. Let's go with Zach. I think we all know how that's going to go, but
21 and 22.
Tanner?
I like 22 better.
Fair enough.
Damn.
Fair
I like
enough.
21 first, of course.
21.
21.
21, fair enough. I'm on the same team. I love 22 Jump Street. I think it's fucking
I
hilarious.
like it too, but that
I just
that
think
Fred
21
Savage
Jump
joke
Street is
just-
lightning in a bottle, and that's no detriment to this movie. It's just such high praise for the other one. Both of these movies are fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
That's
they're
all there is to it. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be the ranking. We have number 1, 21 Jump Street, and we'll have number 2, 22 Jump Street, ladies and gentlemen. Let me write it down quick.
I'm really hoping for 24 Jump Street Culinary School.
I doubt we're going to get any more, but maybe.
I'm
You
hoping for
never know.
Jump Street: Return of the Ghost.
Return of the Ghost.
I like the culinary one.
Honestly, though, it's not a terrible, like, I don't know that it would be as funny, but I feel like if they did the Jump Street Generations movie with Johnny Depp and that dude in it, like, I feel like it would probably do well.
Yeah, but then you'd have to really fast forward because Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum are older, so they could have.
Oh, wait,
their
and
families
Johnny
and
Depp dies in
kids.
the first one, too, so you can't really do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It's an old family recipe.
These boys
And
are
it's
kind
like
of
same
boys.
secrets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up our 21 and 22 Jump Street in review. I can't change the color of that text right now, but that's okay. I'll do it later. I'll finish it later. Ladies and gentlemen, that's number 1, 21 Jump Street. Number 2, 22 Jump Street. Thanks, Tanner. Thanks, Zach. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Johnny, for joining me on this journey.
What are we watching next week, Kyle?
Next week, we are, of course, watching John Wick 1.
I will have notes for you guys, but I will not be here.
Yeah, Tanner will not be here,
What?
but he
Why?
will have his
Why?
notes.
Wisconsin.
Why are you going to what?
Wisconsin.
Tally's
How do you-
families.
how do
He's
you-
going to a
event.
mansion all the way up
How
in
you talking about
Wisconsin.
going to Philly, then you go to Vegas, possibly Italy or something like that.
I mean, I'm going to go to
Spain,
Philly,
He hasn't gone to Philly yet.
and
but I'm
then
going to go to Philly.
Now you're going to Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Motherfucker,
Wisconsin.
You can get cheese down the street.
It's true.
Shoot, yeah, I could get cheese.
Ooh,
down the
Culver's
street.
do.
Oh, dude.
Culver's do be sounding
You're
good
a
right now.
secret fucking Green Bay fan, aren't you?
Fuck no.
Man.
Closet Green Bay
Get
fan.
the fuck out.
Are you a
Yeah,
cheesehead?
are, dude.
Nah, I'm gonna wear my Bird Gang shit down there too. Bang bang Bird Gang.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us next week for John Wick 1. Tanner will have his thoughts for us, but obviously he won't have a ranking as it will be number 1, obviously, because it's the first. But we'll talk about it. It's I'm very, very excited for this one. I cannot
What
fucking
you doing,
wait.
Jimmy?
You working again, John?
Working again? No. Clean up some loose ends.
Just working out some things.
Have a good night.
Oh, okay.
See you,
Have a
Jimmy.
good night, John.
See you, Jimmy. What would you do in that situation if you're that cop? I'd be like,
Yeah, I'd leave, man.
Yep, bye.
Especially if you knew. Ladies, all right.
Especially if you knew.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up this podcast, but first, all of us at the same time, I think we got to say something cool, you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, something.